Welcome to PFCMS. Good morning, students. In the last period, we have started the third chapter, that is log on to MS Access. In this chapter, we have seen how to start your MS Access and how to create your database, tables, everything. Now we will see some more points in the same chapter. Let's start with the points. In the last period, we have seen how to create the database, how to create the table and some of the data types also. Now we are going to see some of the revision of last period topic and also we are going to see the new topic in the same chapter. Okay, so let's see how to create the table. Already I have told you how to create the table, but then also we will see one more example for creating a table, and also I have explained about your data types. But one more time I am going to explain all the types of data type available in your Access. So firstly, click on the table tab create, then click on the table. When you click on this kind of view will be displayed to you. This view is called as a data sheet view. Okay, so when you see this here, in the last time also I told you, if you are going to create a table with the data sheet view, there will be no problem. You just have to click on the heading and then you can change the heading of that particular field or the column. And here if I suppose I want a roll number, we can do that. Okay, and suppose I want a new field. Here already I had a new field is there. You have to double click on that field and then type the name. This is one of the way to create a table using your datasheet view. We can also do it in our design view. How to do that? We have to click on the view and then the design view. It will ask the name for the table. So here we are creating a table for the mark list. So I'll type the name for the table like mark list. Okay, click on the OK. So you can see this is your design view. Just now I created the roll number and the auto number came here. I don't want auto number, so I can place it to number. Now while creating a table, we will see all the types of data type here. Okay, the first type of data type, it is a text. As I already told you what is a text data type, it accepts the numbers as well as the text also. So that's why this is the most easier type of data where you can place the data like text and number. Next is memo. There is a huge difference between the text and memo. Memo also takes the text and number, but the size difference is there. Text can only accept 255 characters, but memo can accept 65,538 text at the same time. So this kind of a data type can be used when you are taking the input from the user, where you can accept a whole amount of data. Lot of data can be expecting from the user. At that time you can use the memo data type, like you are taking the review from your users, so you can use that memo data type. Next is number. As the name implies, it only accepts the number, not even any symbol, not even a text. So it only accepts the number. Next, date and time. As already told you that date and time only shows the data in a date and time format. Okay. Next is currency. Currency type data type, it only shows the whatever number you are giving. In front of that number, it will place the currency which you want to place. Like if you want Indian currency or American currency, whichever currency you want, you can place it there. Then the next is auto number. This data type is also I explained. Auto number is used to whenever you don't want to enter any numbers there, which should be automatically incremented whenever you enter a new record. So auto number is used where a user is not allowed to enter anything. A computer generates the number for them. Okay, now the next data type is yes and no. Yes and no means when you are expecting the input should be in only one form, that is yes or no, or true or false, or 0 or 1. This can be the output, means there should not be any value like yes and no at the same time. Your answer should be at only yes or no. Both cannot be at the same time. For example, a student fees paid. A status should be yes or no. Student at least has paid the fees or not. The only one status can be there. Then the next is OLE object. OLE object is used to place a different application can be embedded in your Access like Word, Excel, PowerPoint. You can embed those application on your Access. Next, hyperlink. Hyperlink is used to link the files or folders or any other thing which you want to link to your Access. Next, attachment. As you might be using your emails and all that, just like in your general emails you attach the images, files, in the same way you can attach your files to this Access. Now the last one is lookup wizard. A lookup wizard helps you to create a field whose values are chosen from the values in another table, query or list of values. By default, Access sets the lookup fields to the number data type. Okay, here we have finished the types of data type. Now let's move to creating table here. Okay, so as I already told you, I am going to create the table for the mark list. So we are going to create for the mark list. For first is the number data type and the next subjects. Here I will take the first English. And I am here creating a mark list, and for the English I should accept the numbers. So for that I have to add here number data type. Next, Marathi. Again I am taking input numbers only because marks I am going to enter in this. Then Hindi. Again number, then geography, number, then history or again number. So these are the sufficient subjects are there. Now let's move to the next point. Here I have created all the fields which I want to add in this. Okay, then what I will do, I will close this. Whenever you create any table and you make changes in your table, and when you close that application, that point, then it will ask whether you want to save that changes to your table. So always click on the yes. If you will click on the no, it will not save. Simple. Okay. Now how to enter record in your table. Now you have seen how to create the table, how to set the type of data. Now we will see how to enter the records in your table. For that, double click on the table which you created. When you double click on the table, it always opens in your datasheet view. So here we have the table created. Now what I will do, I will enter the records. So the first record will be 1, then English. As I already told you, all the data types I have took number data type. See, if I by mistakenly I will enter text, what will happen, you will see. And then I will go to the next tab. See, the value you entered does not match the number data type in this column. So when you set the data type, your computer doesn't accept any other type of data value to that particular field. Why? Because you restricted that value to number data type. So when a user, if by mistaken or by whatever the reason he entered the wrong value, your computer doesn't accept. So remove that text and type the number. So here I will give any random value here. See, it doesn't give any kind of error to you when you enter the numbers. Okay, again for the second record. Again for the third record. Like this you can enter the records. Suppose now you want to delete particular record. The last record is wrong, or the last record you have mistaken there, you want to make changes there, you can make changes also. Or suppose you want to delete, that is also easy. What you have to do, see the mouse pointer, when you place that mouse pointer there, you can select that, you can right click and you will see here delete record option is there. Select that and you can delete that option. That whole record can be deleted. But one more option is there for deleting. Select that whole record. You can see that a yellow color outline is there. When you select any record, automatically that will be highlighted by the yellow color outline. So when you select that, and here we have in the record options, can you see on this tab here delete is there? Just click on that. That record will be deleted. As we all have one kind of habit that whenever we delete, that data will be goes back to your recycle bin. And suppose you want to retrieve that data, what you do, you just restore that data from your recycle bin, again you will get that. But when you delete record from your access, you will never get it back. So remember, when you are deleting it, that record will be permanently deleted. That's why it will ask, if you click yes, you won't be able to undo this delete operation. Are you sure you want to delete these records? If yes, then click on yes, or if no, then just cancel it. Okay, so here we have seen how to enter the records and how to delete the records. Now we are going to see how to set a primary key. Firstly, what exactly the primary key? See, we will change this view to design view. Now, can you see this small icon of key? Here and also here. Primary key. Do you know what is meant by primary key? A primary key is a standard feature of every database management system. A primary key is a sort of check on the table that every record in the table is unique and does not contain any duplicate value. See, when I set this key to particular field, then I cannot repeat the same value again and again. So, why we need this primary key in our access? See, many times when we enter the records, by mistakenly we can enter the same record again. Roll number cannot be repeated, or we can say a roll number, we cannot give the same roll number to two students. Are you getting it? Means suppose in our class 1 to 50 students are there. All the students have their own unique roll numbers. Have you ever seen that any two students have the same roll numbers? No. Why? Because depending on that roll numbers, we evaluate the students all the subject records. So if anyone having the same roll number, so how we are going to judge their recordings, or how we are going to judge their performance? So that's why we always give the unique roll numbers to all those students. So when we enter in a computer, so as a human being, we can make changes or we can make mistakes, right? So to avoid that, we can set the primary key. And when we set the primary key, even if we try to enter the same data or the same records, it will not accept. Do you want to see how it works? Let's see. I will change the data sheet view. Here already 1, 2 is entered. I will again enter the 2 number and then I will move to the next field. Can you see when I tried to enter a new record after one, then I had entered all the whole record, and then I tried to enter on the next record, what error is came? See that the changes you requested to the table were not successful because they would create a duplicate value in the index, primary key or a relationship. Change the data in the field or fields that contain duplicate data, remove the index or redefine the index to permit duplicate entries and try again. So what we have to do, we just have to click OK. Then what your primary key is doing, it is warning you to that you are entering the duplicate value. Okay, so in roll number we cannot enter the same value again. Why? Because we need the uniqueness there, and we cannot set the primary key to the other subjects. Why? Because a two student can get the same marks. It is the possibility, but a two student cannot have the same roll number. That's why we set the primary key to roll number, not to other subjects or other fields. Not even to name also. A two student can have the same name. That's why we set the roll number primary key. Are you getting it? We have set the primary key to roll number. Okay. Now remove this. Otherwise it will give you a error. Okay. Now here we have entered the new record, and you can save it. How to save? You can see here on the topmost bar, you can see the save option is there. You can click on that, or else in the record section here you have a save option. Just click on it. Okay, so whatever new record I have entered, that will be saved. Now we will see the design view. As I already explained, here this key, that is the primary key, that key symbol you can see always. And for setting the primary key, what you have to do, just you have to right click and click on the primary key, or else here you can see the primary key, just you have to touch on it. You can see that symbol is again came there, right? If you want to remove, again you have to click on it, automatically it will be removed. Again if you want to set the primary key, you just have to click, means wherever you want. If you want here, you can click and set. If you want here, click here and then set. And if you don't want, again click on that, it will be removed. That's it. So setting a primary key is easy. Just you have to click the field where you want to set the primary key, and you have to click on this icon, or else you can have the option right click on that particular field, and then you have the option primary key. If it is already set, it will be removed, and if there is no primary key, then it will set. Okay, just close this. Now again open that table. Did you get that? How to insert a new record in your table. How to do that? Just click on the design view, and then suppose you want to add one more subject in this, and where you want, after Hindi you want a new record. So what I will do, I will click on the field here, select it here, and can you see this insert row? Just click on it. See, a new row is inserted here. What I will do, I will add the new subject, that is computer. Okay, and then again data type, what I want, number. Okay, so here I have inserted a new record. Okay, then I have changed the value, the data type. I will close it. It will ask the changes whether you want to save or not. Just you have to save it. Then open this. You can see a new field is inserted here, and that was empty because it is newly created. Now I'll add the numbers in this. Okay, here we have entered, but suppose you want to delete particular field from this. How to do that? Again go to the design view, and suppose you don't want history here. What you will do? Select that, go in the delete row, and it will be deleted. Okay. Now while closing, it will ask whether you want to save or no. Just click on yes, it will be saved. Open it. Can you see that? It is gone, right? So this is not the only way we can insert or delete the record. Again, I told you you can add the record. See here, you can just have to double click, right click, and your insert column is there. Just insert it. Field 1 you can see here. Just what you have to do, you have to type. Now here I will type maths. Okay. Now I will enter the marks. Okay, so like this you can add, you can delete, and you can save. I hope you have understood everything here. Now till now we have seen already how to create, how to delete, how to save. Again I will show you. Just this is the office button, and here the save option is there. Whenever you create the table, you can save it, and you can also save the database. Okay, so save option we have seen how to save. We just have to click on the office button and save as is there, or else already I have shown you the save icon here. The floppy disk option is there on the your title bar, right? So click on that. Then next is how to close this database. How to close it? You have office button here. Okay, you can see the close database option is there. Just close on that. Your database will be closed, not your Microsoft Access. Close database only close the database. Again you want to close this database. What you have to do? You just have to click on the close button. Your whole access will be closed. One option, you have to click on the close button, or else on the office button you have here exit access. Click on it. Your access will be closed. Did you get that? Now till here we have seen how to open your access, how to create a blank database, how to create a tables, what are the data types. All the options we have finished in this chapter. Students, here we have finished our third chapter. In the next period we will see the theory of this chapter. Till then, take care. Bye bye.